General chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ravage, I want to thank you for for your strategical brain.
Oh, okay.
You
What?
gave us a very poggers rollout on Li Jing, and I want to thank you for it. Thank you.
We might have
Oh
copied the
no.
Lijiang
Oh, no
strat.
problem, bro. No problem, bro.
Big. I gave you credit though, Ravage. No worries.
Thank you. Thank you. No problem.
Okay. Yeah, we should do something here.
On the Ash.
Just something somewhere. The Ana, the Ashe, even the Zarya. We have to do something.
Yeah. The thing is, I was just pressured out by the Echo on the
I
top.
agree. I think Apollo needs to be with you. I don't think Apollo needs to play backline peel here. Sia and Kip can deal with who's diving. Just I mean, it's just a Winston, right? I don't think the Echo was really being turbo
Yeah,
aggressive
it
with
was
the
just that.
Monkey even.
I don't know. This is what I felt like whenever I just like kept diving or wherever. It felt like I get no value because our backline was always distracted by someone in the back, and we couldn't like do anything about it. That's what it felt like.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I mean, well, then you just distract their backline,
Well, yeah,
right?
I no 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 no. I tried doing that, but it felt like I got no value out of it. So it's just like I don't know. Sometimes
Well,
I didn't felt like.
look at this. Let's watch this and just see what happens here. Okay. So, what did that look like?
Uh,
Like, if the names were not attached and you didn't know that that was you, what would you be saying to this monkey player?
I'm confused. What are you trying to get at?
What is this doing? And why aren't you going here to kill this Ana and kill this Ash? It
uh,
doesn't matter if
well,
your backline is getting pressured. You just get the kill here. And look how long Nick waited for you. Look how long Nick is sitting here waiting for you to call something. He's got his eyes on the Ana. He's just waiting for you. Do
I
something.
used jump, and I didn't have jump in that time. I used jump on the Ash, and then I bubbled.
Well, you're getting your jump right now, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, you could 100% have just jumped over here, right? Just pressuring
Yeah,
Missouri does
but
nothing. Why don't you just go on the backline here? Nick's 100% been prepared for the last 30 seconds.
yeah, but like I don't know.
No,
Okay, that's
tell
fine.
me. I mean, tell me what you're thinking. I mean, because I don't. I mean, I can't. If you're thinking of something else, you gotta tell me, and then I'll, say yes or yes or no. We can talk about it, right?
I just think if I go for it, I think I just die. To be honest, that's what I think because I use like
Mhm.
bubble, and then I after I use jump, then what I'm gonna do after? I don't have a
Okay.
backup plan.
So let's just go. Let's go back and let's instead of focusing on the super micro thing, right? Let's focus on like a bigger topic, which is what is your plan right now? What do you want to do?
Try and like get on their backline and just like counter dive, essentially, their back or their Winston.
So how are you going to do that?
So when
Where are you going to do that?
in a position
Because
where
as you've said, and this is, and I'm not sure if this is. I think you're too scared of an Ana and an Ash without a Brig. I think it'll be fine. But if you want to stay in healer LOS, then you're not going to engage here, right? Because then they can just fall out of your healer LOS, and then you don't want to go there.
right.
Yeah. Okay. So where are you going to try to engage on their backline? Where are you ever going to hit their backline?
Mm,
You're really not going to hit their backline in this section at all, anywhere. Because their
well,
backline is
like
just going to be sitting like here or here until the cart moves around this corner.
so around the corner then, and use high ground
So
on top of the like where we are, then.
yeah, just somewhere later,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to engage somewhere later. That's, I mean, right? This is what I'm talking about, where it feels like you just don't know what you want to do, because I just feel like you're just looking for an opportunity, which makes it hard for Nick to play and makes it hard for Gaff to play, right? And Apollo to play, because Apollo probably wants to be aggressive here, because you don't know where you want to engage. You just know I want to kill the backline, which is very like one dimensional, right? That can make it hard on yourself, where we have to discuss, okay, well, should you have jumped in this situation, right? And it's like 50-50, and in the moment I, say, yeah, okay, maybe you wouldn't have known that you can do that, and I'm okay accepting that, but you need to have some plan of how you're going to succeed here and where you're actually going to kill the backline, right? So if it's not in this corner, then you need to know where it is. So where? Well, let's see. Where do you think some possible spots that you could engage from are?
Mm, I mean, not at the moment because it's just like it's like if I go like it's kind of right out in the open at the middle at the moment, so it's like I can't really dive them like without like using jump, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a big point you just brought up. You don't want to dive without jump because it's not safe, right? Because it
Yeah.
leaves you 6 seconds without mobility in the enemy backline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we want to get the supports or the backline in a spot where you can get on them without using jump.
Mm-hmm.
And the easiest way to do that is to fall from high ground, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's see, where can we fall from high ground on this map? Basically, like this whole area, right? Like
That.
this,
Mm-hmm.
like in this box, right? If they go over here, right? Okay, so you want their supports set up, somewhere in this area, in this general area,
Right.
in one of these areas.
Right.
Okay, so probably the first place that's going to happen is after the cart moves through here, and their supports are going to be forced to play in this box,
Mm-hmm.
or their backline's going to have to rotate through this box at some point. Okay, so if you want to play safe like that, then, and I'll say you don't have to be scared because they don't have a brig, but if they did have a brig, then being engaged in this box. Wait for their supports to walk up, let the cart get a little bit of progress, right, and then you can go in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably the where you want to go in is here. The way that you're talking to me is because then you're still in, you have your healers. They'll probably be playing like back here, and they'll have LOS of you, or maybe they're even still up here, but it's kind of a throw. Right. So you're still in healer LOS. You get engaged. You still have jump available, so you can jump out this way or this way, over to the mega. Okay. Because it just doesn't feel like you know what you want to do. This is the biggest thing I got from this map. Okay, so you kind of did what we talked about, except you missed the key point of, letting the cart get a little bit of
Yeah,
progress first.
yeah.
Right, so their backline kind of moved into that box, so you fell off the high ground, so you still have jump available, but you're not really going to do anything. Like, you're not going to kill that Ana by yourself. Well, you got the Echo, right? The Echo's big. So, again, it's good. It's good there, right? That's the general idea,
But it was
is it
kind of luck.
fall off dive.
It was
But
kind
I
of.
think you just wait a second or two more, and you get a confirmed kill there. Because I think if the Ana and the Mercy kill that Echo, she lives. I think there's like a lot of worlds where that Echo should live. But you
It was
get the
kind.
idea. You get the idea of, like it feels right to drop off high ground so you have jump available. But you and Nick. You and Nick. I think this is a Nick thing. I'm almost 100% sure this is a Nick thing. If you're calling the Ash here, like, I don't know what Nick's doing trying to kill Ana. I this is
I
gonna
think.
be I don't know. This
I
might
think
not be
it's.
right, but I think it's an ego thing because Donna's a 4.2 player and he wants to like solo kill 4.2 player.
Well,
But
it will also bet I will give benefit to him. Maybe I didn't like exactly call like that like pre-com like saying go on the Ash like in 3, 2, 1 type of deal. But
okay, yeah. So this is a big thing that I'll say. So it's not your job to do that, right?
okay.
Where like Nick is going to go in after you, so he's going to see who you're shooting at, right? However, because we are having this problem, let's make an effort in the future to try to do that, to try to pre-com, right? So we end up on the same target, right? Like I don't think it's your job, and we'll talk to Nick. I'll mention this to Nick in the team VOD, but it's easier for you to fix the problem if you know that the problem's happening and it's affecting you, right? Don't expect someone else to fix their problem, right? That's not how you get better at the game. So yeah. So let's try to calm who we're hitting there. Like try to calm who we're going on. Make an effort
Probably
to do that.
mostly Ash. I think the main target you should probably always go for Ash, like because she's kind of like I don't know if you watch this video. It's called or like have you watched DPay like videos or whatever or like the coach from Gladiators?
I saw one a while ago, but
He had like concepts like called the tail or whatever. Basically, it's like because like she's kind of like or like some characters like Kree, Ash are kind of like the tail end of the comp. They don't aren't really mobile compared to like Echo, Tracer, Sombra. You know, they're kind of like the tail end of the comp or whatever. If that makes any sense.
There's a VOD review occurring here, is what I'm saying.
yes.
I want to watch too because also, why is Rocco here? Is another question.
I said Rocco. I said at Luminous doing impromptu VOD review of Dorado. If anyone wants to join, let me know. And then Rocco said I will
okay.
join. I said okay. Yeah, well, I'm mainly focusing on Ravage here. We're
Listen,
gonna team
Ravage,
VOD this map.
Ravage, I
When
want to
you-
apologize for you having to deal with Kip. Okay,
Dog.
I feel bad for you. Okay, I pray for all the Carnage members individually because you have to deal with Kip.
Oh,
I
don't.
pray
Not just
that
Kip.
you get in a car accident.
Not just Kip. I have to deal with at least.
Dab Master
You have to
66.
listen.
Not just
Yeah, that's
that.
exactly what I was gonna say.
I have to
You have
deal
to
with.
deal with Gap.
I have to deal with people complaining, like Nick, even Gap, even everybody. You know what? The one motherfucker who doesn't complain, see ya. That's the one motherfucker I respect.
See ya,
Our main supports are
Base.
Chads. That's true. Our main supports are Chads.
I mean, I would disagree. Have you met Clemo W?
Oh no, not all main supports. Said our main like Carnage main supports are Chad. We have two.
Okay. Thought you meant all.
That's fair.
I
That's fair.
had to correct.
Gassie's got the fucking coaching brain like I do. Like that's why I don't play anymore. I'm fucking annoying. I'm too busy like focused talking about like coaching dumb stupid shit instead of just
I
playing.
thought
the
you
game.
were gonna play, you dumbass.
I am gonna play, but it's like I'm playing for a plat team. It's like shitters. You know what I mean? Like,
But aren't the whole time you're probably gonna be like, "Fuck you, you're bad."
no, because I'll be playing for fun.
Since I'm here, you could talk about like the interaction between Ravage instead of.
Okay. Okay, Ravage. Is this inting? Yes or no? Say yes.
Yes. It
All right,
is.
good work. Don't do that anymore. Orienting. That's like you're just trying to make something happen, but you should just try to survive the dive. Right? Because your team, like your team's positioning is just terrible because like you're just trying to survive here, and the cart's fucking gone. You guys are see you later, right?
We should have
Like,
rotated a lot sooner there.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I haven't watched Dorado in a while, but like most owl teams, when the cart hits this corner, they're fucking gone. They're see you later. I mean, obviously it depends on the comp, right? If they're playing like versus a more brawly comp, they're gonna stay a little bit longer to try to poke them out. But
Really
most
hard to maintain
teams are
sightlines and shit
gone.
still for if it gets to that corner.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Also, wait, who the fuck did Gap EMP?
Wait, we impede? Oh,
That's what I'm being told.
He
I
said,
think
I
I
can
did
EMP.
call.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, Specs was talking about this. Yeah, the EMP the backline is so bad. EMP the front line. Look at it. Look at this EMP. Well, obviously like 10 seconds earlier, see what have been set up for it, but
Mm-hmm.
like, like, like EMP here or something is like lets your backline survive. But, bleh, bleh.
Yes.
Also, just they use 3 ults, right? They use 3 ults. Yeah, they use 3 ults. That's what I'm gonna say. They use 3 ults. Okay, yeah. So I mean, okay. All right.
Like you guys were taking a lot of poke in this map.
We can't hold there. I don't know why we're trying to hold there. There's no incentive for us to really hold there either. I mean, the cart's still so far back. Like, we're down 2. We were down our Sombra and Devo's out of mech. I don't know why we're up so far there.
I also think we tried to
What is
lot.
Nick doing? What is Nick doing?
Peeling?
He wasn't though. He was just sitting there. Like, watch this.
Mercy.
Oh,
What are you doing? What am I watching? Well, that was a crazy turbo int. That can't be right.
I feel like we should have waited a lot longer or not a lot longer, but we shouldn't have nanoed here. We should have waited until it got.
Yeah, and why is that? Why do you want to wait
There's
until it moves?
no LOS. No LOS
There's
that
no
means
LOS,
yeah.
exactly. What
So
what do you have? I think this is kind of one thing. I don't know if this is like feasible to do like for every map, but and it's kind of hard. But like when we're playing a map, we should understand before we go into a map like where is good to fight on that map, right? Like for us, if we control the high ground, this is where we want to fight, right? Because we have nice healer LOS. Our healers can play safe back here. Our tracer can like do all this crazy shit. Same as well, I guess we have an echo now, but our echo can play all these buildings. Like, and what can we do here? What can we do when we drop in here?
the other person will go ravage, and you just poke at them a little bit, and then you have to run away because he's gonna die.
Exactly. Yeah, Rav's just gonna die. Rav's just gonna die or lose all of his health and have to jump out, and then we just and now we're just getting pressured out of high ground. They just jump back up because it cost them nothing to just shoot Ravage a bunch, and it cost us all of our main tank's health, bubble, and jump. They're just gonna jump and take high ground for us. So, no need to go so fast there.
And actually, the worst possible situation happens. Ravage has to ult to live.
Yeah, and Ravage ults to live. We rally to live in the back line,
I was
and
more
they just
that
use
freak up.
Primal. I don't know why they grabbed. That was an int grab from them. I guess they. I don't think it's ever worth grabbing there. But
I
the
was
worst.
malding during this fight because I felt like we were winning the counter dive, and then Sia, I died because Sia gets booped all the way up the high ground.
It's just fucking going. Yeah, that's. I don't mean. Yeah. So we're just down our main tank, and I mean, I don't think we should have died to that dive. I mean, I don't know. Is there
That's why I
Echo just
thought. I
crazy
was like,
primal mechanic? Echo just have the craziest primal mechanics, or what? Oh, okay. That's 100% Cia's fault. He should do everything he can to stay on the high ground. He shouldn't like. He was like standing here with the monkey in front of him, and then he like moved around the monkey. But yeah, it's kind of.
he called it a little late that he fell. If he told me he dropped right here, I would just fell with them or something. And
Yeah,
just
that's also true. That's also something I was gonna say is once this brig drops, we all have to drop like a, you know, like we all have to be aware of that. I don't think anyone's aware of that. Yeah, yeah, that's really shit from Sia. Okay, so now we're down our brig.
Or don't
Okay, yeah, sorry, Aaron. So where's the next place that we really want to be able to fight, or that we are able to like hold, have a decent chance of winning
either the corner that's coming up or the second corner.
this corner?
Either that or the other one.
Okay, not this one because this high ground is not ours anymore. We will never have this high ground again. There's no way that they ever let us have this high ground. Right? Ash is up here. Echo is up here. Like, there. How do we get to that high ground? We can't. There's no way. So we have to set up for like this corner, this, like a hold here, right? Maybe with that cart get to like here, and then we go try to do something. Yeah, like we go pressure out their backline, right? So the key thing here, and the reason why I'm saying that we're engaging on the corners and things like that, is because it's harder for the tanks to peel, right? Because the tanks are going to be pushed past this corner, and the supports are going to be on this side of the corner, right? So then we, go in. You're obviously on those exact spots. So I'm just talking about how corners work for dive. Right, so it's harder for them to peel. So instead of them peeling, what they're going to do is they're going to just go on our backline, right? Our backline, which we should always be able to survive. Should always be able to survive. Yeah, we just get too aggressive. We just get way too aggressive. Where this happens all the time with us as well, and this happened in the match, where if we lose like first point really bad, like we just lose the whole map because we never reset ever. Like we soft reset, but like this is still really bad, right? Arana's still all the way back here. They're playing dive. It's not like they can't get to us quickly. It's just they were smart here just to go like push us out. Yeah, that's very tough. Okay, we've lost this point, by the way. We don't have any ults. There's nothing we can do. Unless Gap gets that kill. How does Gap get that kill? How do they let Gap get that kill? I can't figure out.
Stickies.
Wow, their Ash a fucking shitter. There's like 8 ways their Ash could have played that to stay alive.
Now I understand why Nick was dying the entire time on this map.
You didn't think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I swear I've seen him try to 1v1 that 4.2k Ana like 3 or 4 times.
Did the same thing to the Ash and just got headshot a lot.
I don't, he just hates playing with Ravage. I don't know. It's really awkward.
And that's the thing too, is like I have like sometimes Nick in my head, and sometimes he says go in. Sometimes, like maybe I should just like get rid of that thought and just like
Well, you know what?
start going when
Fuck
I
Nick.
go
You know
in.
what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
fuck you, Nick. No, but it's like
I should know
I
when
get
I
it.
go in. Yeah.
And the thing is that yes, Nick shouldn't be doing that, right? But we have to make a decision at some point, right? And if I'm Nick and I'm just watching the cart push further and further and further and we're not doing anything, I'm getting worried that we're just gonna, lose without ever taking
I
a
mean,
fight.
I get that, but sometimes like like how like you explained the first point is like you kind of want
I
them let
know,
them go
but
under it, but
he needs to know that you know that. He needs to know where you plan to engage
mhm.
because it allows him to set up, right? That's the big thing is that he can be set up because, if your plan, this is just a random, not like actually anything that would happen, but like if your plan is to go on this corner, right, and to do some kind of engage on this corner, and he's set up for this corner, right, because he has no idea like what is going on in your head, right? So he just wants to be ready as soon as possible because he doesn't want you to engage here, and then like he's not there, right? So he's setting up for this corner, ready to engage, and then you're not there and you're not doing anything, right? So he doesn't know what's happening. So you need to call how we're going to play, right? Because you were silent on this map. Well, not silent, but you weren't as talkative as you normally are. I'll say that because you did not know what you wanted to do. But that's how it felt. I'm not saying that's necessarily true because obviously I don't know what's going on in your head. But it feels like you don't know the corners to engage or the places to engage, and you're just looking for an opportunity. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So we need to look at this map and figure out, okay, where's a good place to engage?
I actually would
We-
like that. Actually, just like
Well, we already talked about one,
well,
right?
yeah.
It's just here.
Hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, and so this is something I don't think we need to do for every map, but we can do for the
Maps
maps
we
in our pool
dive.
that we have not played, right?
Uh-huh.
That would be maybe smart to do. Or maps, obviously if you have trouble on like Dorado, that would be a good place to do it. Right. Um, of course, the thing with Overwatch is there's always, it's a very dynamic game. You're not always going to hold at the same corners, but you need to have some kind of plan when you're in game, and then your backline is able to set up for it, right?
Hmm.
I
And
feel,
your tracer is able to set up for it.
to be honest, I feel like that's one of my bigger struggles too, is because I do a lot of look for there's a lot of aggressive plays with my like abilities to help to dive obviously, but I like at this map I had no clue like what I was trying to nade, where I was trying to fucking what I was trying to do to help our team because I didn't know where we were going to try to fight them or what was
Yeah,
going
'cause you
on.
don't know what the fuck's going on. That's why I want to team VOD this map, so we all get on the same page. I mean, that was the biggest thing, right?
Hmm.
So we'll do that sometime this week before our match. But I, I would say for right now, for Scrim tomorrow night, just pick somewhere, even if it's really bad, and then we can talk about it afterwards, right? But I'd much rather lose a map because we're engaging in the wrong spot than because we're just sitting there as they kill us, not knowing what the hell to do. Right. Um. All right. And Ravage, I know you look at VODs enough where you could probably figure out where's a good place to engage, right? But
Right.
again, we're gonna do that in a team VOD as well. So I think you're smart enough to figure that out on your own, but
Yeah,
we have to
it's
get the
just
whole team on the
was
same
it? It's
page.
just some VODs I look at though. It's just like it's just not in the map or wherever in these certain maps, I guess. But yeah.
No, 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 man, I get that. Yeah. Look where Nick's set up. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, brother. I mean, if you see the opportunity, I'm not gonna say it's bad if you get
Yeah.
that kill 100% of the time, but
I was kind of hesitating because I'm like, is she getting healed, pocketed? What's going on here? So I just took the
I just think
opportunity.
it is very dangerous because either of those things could have happened very
Right.
easily, right?
Right.
She could have instantly gotten a Zarya bubble, or Ana could have turned and shot her. So it is very dangerous to do that. Okay, so not planned, but it went well, right? Like our backline can deal with this monkey. They're chilling.
Being
Don't worry
chill.
about them too much. Okay, gap.
Oh no no no! This is my bad. This is my bad. I was
Is
kind
it?
of like, yeah. I didn't. Uh, I shouldn't just win it in because he did.
No, Gap should have called this. Like Gap should have called to not go in on this. I mean, but also, in the same way of like me saying the fast way to improve is not to expect other people to do the right thing, is yeah. I mean, you've been engaging on this whole map just with your backline like not in mind. I don't know. It was weird because on the first point, it was like you had your backline 100% mind, and then just like randomly there was like a like switch, and then you're like, "Fuck my backline, I hate you, backline." Good evening.
Hello.
Okay, so
Yo,
back up here.
spelling. What's
Right.
up?
Okay, so again, we have to back up here and give this space, right?
Yeah. I think you could maybe play in the.
Nick, man, hey yo, chill the fuck out.
I think
Oh, what you guys doing a VOD?
yeah.
Yeah,
I think you
Alright,
guys could
sorry.
maybe play in that
we're good.
room, like in that kind of that mega. You don't have to like because I feel like you guys could get like dived without the monkey. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just a
The
suggestion.
problem is that if a Zarya walks in here, they either die to a grab or they have to like walk all the way over
Okay.
here.
Alright, I
So
don't want to
it's
bother
just
guys, so
better. It's just better for them. Like, I mean, you know, try to hold this high ground for as long as you can. Like, you're not gonna get one shot. You shouldn't get one shot up here, and then you could just fall off if they do try to make a effort to take it. But I would say even with only like 4 people up here, I would say they probably need to use an ult to take it from you. Like they probably have to nano monkey just to take it from you. And this is the idea of we need to be aware of when we're going to kite and where we're going to kite, right? So if we're down ult or down a player, then we need to have some idea of how we're going to play that fight, other than the same way, right? That we normally play a fight if we had equal ults or if we're above ults, right? I think that's a problem across all of Overwatch, is that people just cannot kite for shit. People never plan to kite, which is really bad. All of Overwatch being below GM probably.
I actually trolled this. I should have slept him, but I trolled this. I distinctly remember trolling this one
And I'll do
because
it.
it's like one of the major,
Commercial.
one of the like. I had like 17 sleeps at the end of this map. It was like the one that like actually fucked me that I missed.
No more trolling, Mr. Kip. Not allowed. Chi. Don't C9.
Real.
There you go. That's my tip of the day. I think you guys actually win this because you had 2 ults and they had 0 ults because they totally piss into their ults. If you touch the point there. Maybe not, though. Right. The stagger incident. Alright, so let's talk about this point. 637. Okay, so where are some good places to hold here? Us, forgetting about, or like saying we can put cart wherever we want to put cart. Uh, where was a good place to hold here?
Probably the first corner. So in like the box up top. It looks like a box. Like not that corner, but the other corner, maybe.
I'm sorry, I don't. Okay, let's see. This is the first
Yeah.
corner,
Oh, sorry. I mean the force
second
corner to
corner.
our side, if that makes any sense.
Those.
Yeah.
So you're gonna let the card get here before you do something?
Uh, I don't know because if you play the other corner, I feel like it's a bit open, if that makes any sense. Because
Um, I mean, I would say like you play this corner and that you let the cart get here, and
uh-huh.
then their tanks are gonna be pushing the cart, and then you have the drop on their backline here.
Uh-huh.
Ideally, and then their
It just
supports are gonna have to walk back behind this wall.
it's just the thing is if you play up top there, I feel like I'm just gonna get poked out. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's why you have scouting, right? You probably don't engage from up top here. You probably engage, like from here, and just jump over.
So I have to use
Which
jump.
this is glass, right? You can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and you should have scouting. I mean, that's a big thing with dive, right? Is that you can't have dive if you don't have good scouting.
Well, would you have if you're gonna commit with jump around that corner? Would you probably need at least an ult to do that, then, or no?
Mm, probably. Uh, yeah. I mean, probably. And then yeah, you see, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you probably need an ult here, probably nano or primal or something in order to make this engage, right? Um, because that way you have maybe Monkey and Diva pressuring from here, and then you have the rest of the team does a pinch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, then your second place to hold is probably like yeah, this corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So an important thing is one, the reason why I'm kind of having a little bit of trouble like saying where and the only really second good engages with an ult is because dive is pretty shit on this point. Dive is pretty bad because high ground is really bad here. Like high ground doesn't actually
Yeah,
control any space because it's just you're
that's
just putting
how.
yourself on a pedestal to get shot at,
Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah.
and then and dive just doesn't have a great way to engage on the enemy.
What would you? I know someone said actually brawl, but what comp do you think it would be better?
Against their comp, I'd run brawl. Nah, would I run brawl? I run six man against their comp. Six man's big here against their
Oh,
comp.
I wouldn't mind that.
It's like brawl, but your Ryan doesn't get killed a
But
bunch, which is
and
good.
you can move.
Yeah, and you can like go kill their Ana a bunch.
Yeah. Or the Zarya if they don't have self.
Yeah, there's just a lot of targets to kill, so that's good. I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, you can just run it with a Reaper, and then you just control cart. You know what I mean? Like cart gets to this point, and then you just play behind this corner. And what do they do? Like, how do they stop you from just living behind that corner and
True.
like touching that point?
True.
You know,
Yeah.
like
It's
they
very
have to
hard.
send someone up to do something, and then you just kill them.
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Just then they're playing dive on this point. You're
What are
not
you?
playing dive.
Well, the thing
Which is
is
good.
with six men. Here's the thing. Their comp is like okay. This may sound 5-ed, and Specs kind of like maybe told me this a little bit, but
Like incident.
okay. But since they're so if we're gonna play six man right into them, we don't have to play fast since they want to play second, right? Okay, this may be sound 5-5, but I'm saying you could probably just hold there, like you said, like what they're gonna do, right? You could probably just hold there around that corner, and they have to like somehow push. You know what I mean? Even
I
though
think
they're
that's what I just said. I might be going crazy, but I think that's what I just.
I'm sorry, but I'm explaining more in a way that
Okay, yeah.
usually six men is plays first, but their comp if wants to play second against six man since they want to play first. But at the same time, if six man plays second, what is the other team gonna do if they have to kind of play second, type of deal? Like, but basically, yeah, you just hold there.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. You said it in like maybe a better way, a way that like leaves it like explains it better, so it's easier to understand what the real goal is, other than just touching the cart. right? Is forcing them to make some move so that we can, because right, I mean the point of six man is to get the enemy cooldowns out, right? Like, because your cooldowns are just better. Your cooldowns have a lower cooldown and provide more value, assuming that you're playing in the correct space.
Mhm.
Want to do a vow? No, I don't want to do a vow.
I'm gonna head out. Tell me if there's anything egregious that I need to address.
I will tell you. Yes, very good.
Good.
Thank you.
Also, I noticed in an attack, um, I think I should have. So I think around second point, I think I should have kind of just like waited to set up and then like dive on their back line. Like I noticed some like at some point I was like playing it a bit too fast, and I kind of should maybe just we could have just waited, just set up, and if they dive, we can just like just counter dive the Winston or wherever, and just set up and then just slowly take the space and then dive on their back line.
Nick, go you asshole. Do you not have blinks? You might not have blinks actually. He's got blinks. Go, go, go! Oh my god! Maybe this is another instance where you need a pre-com. Were you pre-comming? Maybe. Who knows?
Well,
If you weren't, pre-com there.
Well, I counted down like I'm diving on the Ana in 3, 2.
You're driving
Or
on the
like,
Ana. Okay, well then
or,
fuck you, Nick. Nick, you're an asshole.
or not like
That's what I said.
I said dive top left in 3, 2, 1. I'm pretty sure but I'm pretty sure I calmed like the 3, 2, 1 call on the high ground there.
Well, that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
What matters is the Ana call. Oh, and I was talking to Specs about this in DMs, but I fucking hate countdowns. Countdowns are terrible.
Because
I hate them.
from what I know is just like from watching like for example Natter, he says you should maybe give the 3, 2, 1 calls so your team.
You telling that to GM players? Or telling that to Diamond players?
That's a good question.
I'm asking a question. I'm not saying that's like a. Well, I'm not saying that like.
No.
I'm not saying countdowns are like a fucking plat thing. I just think that there is a lot that can happen in 3 seconds.
Right. Because if they get engaged in those 1, 2, 3 seconds, then yeah.
Everything changes, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're counting down 3, 2, and then you get slept.
Sure. Okay. Then what should I do per se, or what?
Ready?
Should I call?
Go.
Oh, ready? Going on a go, or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, make sure Nick's ready. Hey, Nick, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then he says, "Okay, going on," because everyone's hitting after you anyways, right? So it's not like you need to hit at the same time because the tracer's hitting after you, right? The tracer's playing off your tempo. You should technically not be able to not call anything, and he should be able to follow up on the dive, right? But now we're having a problem with target focus. The problem is not that Nick isn't there, right? The problem is that target focus, right? Which is a Nick problem, but you can help him fix it, okay? So if you just call, okay, you make sure Nick's ready, and then just say, okay, jumping, and you just go, right? Because that cuts down on the amount of time that you're wasting, like losing, like you're losing how clear the picture is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because everyone has this picture of what's going on in their head, and as you count on 3, 2, 1, a lot of things are changing, right? And if you say, okay, I'm going on Ana in 3, 2, 1, and she spends those 3 seconds walking away from you, now, and maybe the Ashe walks forward, and maybe you should be diving the Ashe instead. Just an example, right? But you've already called that you're going on the Ana. So then it becomes a problem of, okay, should I go on the Ana? Should I follow my original comm, or should I go on the Ashe that's the freer target and then get a better target, but I risk having bad communication, and then maybe my tracer goes on the Ana or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just hate countdowns.
I'm probably gonna, for some reason, I'm probably gonna instinctively do it. To be honest, and I'm gonna be like,
that's fine, but also like I mean, I think on second point, You had a countdown, and you were like 3, 2,
Oh, because I
and then
was
you realized you weren't ready or something, and then you like 1 go, and I was like, oh my god.
I was like, wait, maybe I should wait a bit more. And now I'm like, no, you should go. No, you should wait. No, you should go. And then I was like,
And that's the problem, right? That's because the game has changed, right? So now you have to decide: do I want to follow through with the countdown because my team is expecting me to, or do I call it off when I have, when my team is expecting me to jump in the next second? And does that screw over my team?
I think at that point, I think I should have actually waited and like, kind of like see where their backline, because I wasn't actually completely sure where their backline was. So like at that point, I probably should have just like played it more. I actually just waited a bit more, and if they counter dive, then I try to counter dive too. If they
On
did.
attack, you can always wait. You can always wait on attack,
Okay.
right? Because you just have to win once. You only have to capture the checkpoint once, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but but it's hard to, whenever you've already started the countdown, to call off the countdown. I'll say that, because it
Yeah.
screws over your team. So
Right.
that's why I don't like countdowns. And yeah, I get that. You'll probably still continue to do it to a certain level, but work on not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just calling to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be scuffed the first couple times you do it, but you'll get used to it. That's the point of scrims. So like, get more used to that kind of stuff. Nice. They start staggering themselves.
Oh, thanks for letting me watch. See, this is where I think, yeah, this is where I wasn't confident. Where
Yeah.
I could have, see, if you kind of just like pause for a sec, I think I could have just went under, right? Just under, or wherever, and then like just kind of went under, and then just went diving on the Ana.
What's the problem with going high ground right now?
Well, one, we're pushing cart,
Who's pushing cart?
our backline.
Your backline being
On our brig.
okay. So what are Anna and Brig not able to do?
Um.
What does Anna do to the monkey?
Oh, LS.
Heal. Anna
Heal.
is not able to heal you.
Yeah. Well, LS heals you.
Yeah. I mean, basic. Yeah, Anna cannot heal you.
Yeah.
Because Anna is pushing the cart, right?
So
So what I
you
always like
push
my
around
flex
the
supports to
corner?
do is get the cart to like here,
Around the corner. Yeah.
and then here. Anna plays there.
Okay. So it's a kind of like the same concept with defense. Then it kind of play like there instead of like playing.
Yes, same concept as every other time you play Anna Monkey, which is play in your Anna's LOS, you asshole.
No. Okay, dude. No, what I mean is like the corners, like or wherever. So kind of like instead when the payload is like pushing here, then you should like engage when the payload is like going around like this. Or sorry, I have my mouse there, but
I
the
think
first
that is
corner.
very specific to this exact point because of the way that your Anna has the position here.
Okay.
Because the only way your Anna gets LOS on this high ground is by playing in this room. Because this alleyway doesn't really give any LOS.
Does Kip or Sia play there?
Let's find out. You want to find out? I want to find out.
Don't think it don't.
No, not when they're getting primal.
That's a yikes. Jesus, this fucking fight. This fucking fight, bro. Oh shit.
Yes, is the answer.
Okay.
Basically, yes. I mean, obviously they nano monkeys, so they have to back up. But yes, they moved over here instinctually, right?
Uh-huh.
Instinctually, Kip is good enough to instinctually move into a position where he has better LOS, right? Even I could probably ask him. I'd say, Kip, where do you position on this point? He would say, I don't fucking know, or he
No,
would
I
just
was
say
just
a random
asking
spot.
because
But yes, he
maybe.
does.
Okay, I was just asking because like maybe he could just played on point, or like not on point, but on payload or whatever. But I was just asking. So
Yeah, no, I got you. But no, okay, so he does play over here. That's good.
okay.
So, state LOS. Also note that you don't have to engage all the time.
Right. No, that's
When you're on attack, you're pushing the payload, and when you're on defense, if they're not pushing the payload, who gives a fuck?
uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, there are other situations where you will have to engage regardless of payload progress. But here, you guys, the payload was literally like here, and then you're engaging on the side ground.
Right.
You don't need to do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because maybe that's just giving, you're getting free cart push. Maybe they make a mistake like you made and try to engage like solo on the cart and die, right? Now, once you get to here, then you're gonna start having problems because healer LOS. But until then, you don't really need to do anything. You should just be setting up and scouting and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good work. I think they're kind of into this. Oh, Apollo. Oh, Apollo. Apollo! You fucking asshole, Apollo. Maybe Kip needs to call that, though. You're playing as well. You're right. You're finding opportunities, acting on them. Good. The thing with attack is it's far more dynamic when you're playing attack because things change a lot more. Because generally, when you're on attack, you will be ulting first, especially in dive, right? Like you'll be nano monkey first, and then they will nano monkey in your backline as a response or something, right?
Right. Counter that.
Which makes it sometimes easier, sometimes harder because it's good to ult first because then you're setting the tempo, right? But also they know what you're doing, right? If you nano monkey in,
Oh,
they have 4 ults and they get to choose the best response. If that makes sense.
I get it. I get it. So what you're saying is, if if you know if you have to play, or if you know they have to play second, you can play second. Is that what you're saying? I think I see. I think I see.
That is an answer.
Ah,
That is good, right? That's kind of
kind of
like this whole thing I was talking about. You don't need to do anything here, right?
right.
Because yeah, they want to play second, right? So you can just chill and take free progress, right? But
Mm-hmm.
here, like once the cart reaches here, now they want to play first because they have nice healer LOS. They can ult first, and it's kind of like they're playing attack, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have this nice cart that we're just pushing, so we're kind of defending that space in that cart.
Right.
But so they're gonna ult first on us, right? But here they're defending.
Right.
Right.
So like, let's say like a plan. So like, let's just say something simple like nano, right? That's the run condition or whatever, and the and we're like kind of pushing around the corner or whatever, that corner you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be good to, I guess, then I think you would have preferred the Winston to try maybe get on their backline on their like LS, but at the same time it's like more of like a counter dive and
I would say it depends what their monkey does with the ult. But for the most part, yes, I would say you should pressure their backline, right?
Mhm. Or like when the monkey, it depends where like he dives in, and where and the Ana can get the heals or whatever for the
Because if the monkey goes straight for your Ana, you need to recognize you're going to have less healing, and you're not going to be able to get a nano.
right.
Okay,
No, I
so
get
that
that. I
might
get
change your
that.
plan.
No, I get that. I'm just saying we're not gonna use nano, but just like a counter dive, just to like kind of like, you know, not use any ults and just kind of let them
It
push.
depends. It depends on who is in position. Because if they send a nano monkey in here, and they have 5 players sitting up here, and your team is not set up, then no, you can't just dive up here as monkey with that ult.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I get it. So when your team isn't set up, when they're around the corner, so don't go for it and just kind of like pressure the monkey. Then
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So if your team is set up to go up here, then when they dive your backline, go up here. If your team is not set up to do that, not set up to help you, then just peel the monkey off.
right.
Right? That's a
Yeah, I was.
big communication thing for dive, because especially on this point, because it is very difficult for Tracer to get set up to go up here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Was it? I was gonna say. Well, it depends on how much aggression they're gonna like do. Are they gonna like push it, or are they just gonna like just sit there and do nothing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
some teams just sit there and literally just do nothing. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, you know. Or
Yes.
maybe that's when we're pushing the cart for free. It's like, okay, we're pushing the cart for free. Maybe that's the, like, hey, we're pushing the cart for free. So it's like maybe that's good for us if they're not doing anything then. So
Yeah. So I mean, the easiest form of an engage here is that teams will do is, once the cart gets to like here, like where almost exactly where this cart is,
yeah,
the tanks are often way too far away from the backline to peel, or the backline starts walking up and then they die. That's like the easiest form of an engage, assuming like no obvious mistakes or anything. That's what a lot of teams will do. So oftentimes you can just get the card here for free, and then you're ready. As long as you're ready to peel back, you'll have time. But a lot of teams will get to here and then be like, okay, we're gonna go up here, and then they jump up, and the other team goes in,
yeah.
and then GG,
But
and
then
then
but
and then
then
the
you
card's
could
here.
but then you could just maybe wait for the counter dive while like you could push the card. That's the thing too. What if someone just like tried contest card too? Like maybe you say, oh, just pressure them or whatever.
I
But
mean,
that doesn't.
often they'll just send their like monkey or diva like behind this corner here.
Uh huh.
So that the earliest they'll ever realistically contest cart without doing an engage is like when the cart's like here, right? Because then they can touch the cart around this corner.
But then was it because they do want to stall the cart for sure, and that's like a good way of doing it, I guess. But would you then party pressure the monkey then, and then if he jumps, then you could jump, right? Type of deal.
Like if the monkey's sitting here,
Yeah.
you pressure him. You can't. There's no way you pressure him.
What?
Who pressures him?
I mean, no, you have a good point because they have LS and you can't really like push around that corner. So
Yeah. The supports are just sitting up here. Any like just random poke from a long distance, the monkey's just gonna get healed up. And if anyone tries to like, Tracer or Monkey or whoever tries to walk up here, they're just gonna get, smashed by the backline.
so should you just jump or what you do there? You know what I mean? Should you just like commit onto something then?
Yeah. You probably just ult and go high ground.
Uh huh.
Get if they're just sitting here doing nothing with a tank like sitting here,
Yeah.
then you probably have to use an ult. Just try to engage on high ground. Let your team get set up. Let Tracer go over here or whatever.
Or they're either top right, so, like the team was sometimes took top right.
Like up here.
Or
Or
well, I mean like where the Ana is.
oh, like
Their
if
Ana.
their backline is set up here.
Yeah.
Oh, well then you can then you can pressure out this monkey.
Oh, okay.
Then you can pressure out the monkey because the backline's too far away to actually do anything. So like they can heal the monkey, but they can only heal the monkey so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The important thing about the backline being up here is that the D.Va and the Ashe are providing pressure for you to get off the monkey eventually, right? But the whole backline is set up here, and no, they're not. They can't help that monkey. Just like right, you just walk in as a team, bubble off the monkey, gets no heals, then he has to jump out. All right. Pretty sure we were paused on that frame for like 15-20 minutes. Big. All right.
Oh yeah, I did. To be honest, I wasn't really thinking here. I don't know. Like I was like maybe. I don't know. I mean, I did want to
You're
go.
not here yet. You guys aren't here yet.
Uh,
It's like you guys just skipped a part of the map. Like, this point is divided up into two sections of, like, this part
mm-hmm.
and
Oh, you're saying because
this part.
we're going there too early because we're not like the payload's not like in that like red.
Yeah, the cart's still over here.
Right. Okay. So we can just skip this, right? We can just
Like, they can just back up. They can group up and just go be on this high ground.
Okay.
And then you guys just look like dumbasses sitting like over here or somewhere.
Right.
I don't know. You guys aren't there yet. You can't
Right.
be there yet. You're not on that part yet. This isn't the worst rotation if you're if the cart's here, because then your backline has decent LOS or can move through the church and get LOS up here, but you're not there yet.
Yeah.
It's very strange the way we're playing this. That's so weird. There's no time pressure on them. They can just back up and just not die. And it's fine because the cart's not moving, right?
The card is going backwards.
I just don't. We're not. I don't know. This is like very, very, very strange.
And it's good for them because like it's not pushing.
It's very good. They're under no pressure to do anything. Right? If the cart's here and then you put someone on it, then it's moving, and they can't like play. What they did is they like kited back into this room. Like they can't do that if the cart's about a cap.
Mm-hmm.
But the cart's here. We're not on that map. We're not that part of the map yet. It's like you guys just took a fight in checkpoint C randomly. I don't know. Weird. Very odd. I would say if you can use an ult to get this high ground, just this high ground, it's worth.
The thing is, I felt like it was actually maybe early because like, well, why did I do that if I didn't get anybody, no, or like I didn't get like there wasn't any viable targets, or maybe I should wait like go on.
It's because you guys fucking like tricked them or something. I don't like you guys just fucking Jedi mind controlled them, because like you guys went and took the fight here on this side of the map instead of on this side of the map, and now their fucking backline is like, okay, yeah, we're here now. So their D.Va and their Ana are like playing back here. So like you primal thinking they're gonna be holding up here or something, right? Like something normal, and you go up there and they're not there, which is just a scouting thing, right? It's just scouting is like, okay, well their Ana and D.Va are in Narnia, so we just push the cart. They can't do anything about it.
I mean, I would prefer to use maybe Nano, maybe on the Ana on that.
Nano the Ana? Yeah, I agree. We should Nano the Ana.
Yeah, because again, I it's the same thing. I think I just like jumped in for some reason, just like
Yeah, you
early.
think that we should Nano the Ana, Ravage?
Huh?
Think we should Nano the Ana?
No, 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 no. It's just like Nano the Winston on the Ana.
You don't need to. Also, your backline's like back here. Because again, the cart's here.
Uh-huh.
But
But
you don't need to do anything. Just you're pushing the cart. There's no pressure for you to do anything. Maybe you can jump on the Ana eventually, but you don't need to do it when you did it. You did it way too early.
uh-huh.
Right? Just like now, you could jump on the Ana,
Yeah,
right?
because they jumped. So, but
It creates counter pressure. The cart's in a good spot for it. Your backline's set up for it. All right. Win this, Dolph.